What is he
better
lost?
than Brady.
Oh, okay.
But he's gonna look better than Brady. I'm gonna tell you that much. For sure. He's gonna look better than Brady. Hey, what's up, YouTube? What's up, the Retros Podcast Network? It's your boy, your host, of course, for the Degenerates Talk Sports Podcast, Matt the Win. And of course, I'm always joined by my co-host here, always ready. Oh, no, that's TK's line.
That's TK's
That's TK's line.
I'm smarter than him.
He is. He's always here to keep me in check. My co-host, Nathan Tran.
What's up?
And the one thing he's really bad at is that he's just like fan of like bad teams, like fucking the Jets.
My team about to win a
Angels are
championship.
bad.
My team's about to win a championship, but okay.
Okay, the Lakers are doing good for like in like what last like 16 years. Okay, this is not the basketball podcast. You guys don't know. You guys can't tell by the title. You can't tell by the thumbnail. This is of course the podcast where we talk about my Saints here, my team, the best team in the NFL. I mean, the season just started, but I'll call my shot. I'll pull a Babe Ruth. I'll walk up to the plate. I'll call my shot. All right, Nathan. So, I think obviously I'm gonna come from a little biased point of view. I'll try to tone down the biases and keep professional in the studio, But like, come on, you guys see I gotta rep my shit, bro. I gotta rep my shit.
I mean, I'm here to check you.
Of course. But I can't keep it unbiased. I feel like I can keep the pretty objective stance on the Saints, and then we'll get into it in a little bit. So, the first question I want to ask you, just straight up, do you think that we got better or worse?
Better, but is it enough? I'm not sure. I think you guys got better.
I think we got a little better too, but I think we didn't have to get that much better. I think, okay, is it biased
Coming
here?
from the team that lost in the wild card.
Is it unbiased here to say that we're on the upper echelon of NFL teams?
Okay, that's unbiased.
To be like, we're in the top tier,
Yeah.
right? So we're batting with like the Chiefs, the Niners, the Ravens. Would you put the Seahawks in this upper echelon?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give it. The quarterback covers like
half
really
of
pushes
it.
it. Yeah, I was gonna say. But yeah, I mean, so what were our major like losses, right? We would say it was like Eli Apple, Von Bell.
Is that a loss? Losing Eli Apple was a fucking win. He was trash.
As a Saints fan, yeah.
He was trash.
Yeah. Dude, it's weird because like Lattimore's job is to shadow the number one guy and just follow him on the near Then he kind of struggled near the middle of the year, so we really relied on Eli Apple to like, pick up some slack. And that motherfucker was getting burnt like toast. He would have a good game every once in a while. He'd be like, oh, Eli Apple was the first round pick. And you're like, oh shit. And then Eli Apple was Eli Apple. And then you're like, yeah, not too great.
Looking at the guys you added, Jameis Winston, interesting. Emmanuel Sanders, that's the big pickup because Brees needs more weapons. Who's your second wide receiver last year?
Tre'Quan Smith.
Okay. Not him, right? But Emmanuel Sanders levels.
I definitely see what you're talking about. Like, Emmanuel Sanders has always been a really great B receiver in his whole career. And then, like, he was an okay A when he became an A receiver.
It's getting old.
True. But then, with the Niners last year, they didn't utilize him to his full potential, and he still did pretty well, I feel like. And I feel like he still has some left in the tank. He just needs this 1 year, honestly. We just need 1 more year from him. So I am really happy with Emmanuel Sanders. I feel like he's been one of the best B receivers in the league. And who better to compliment than Michael Thomas? Everyone can talk all their shit they want and say, oh, Michael Thomas only runs a 5-yard stand. Then stop it, bitch. Then fucking stop it. Okay? If you fucking runs a 5-yard slant and you know what's coming, then stop it. That should be the easiest thing to stop. But you can't, so you cry. And that's what people complain about Michael Thomas doing, crying. Guess what y'all doing? Crying. As we walk our way to another playoffs.
To be fair, that is my argument against them.
They only run 5-yard slants? But no one in the league can cover it. Not a single player in the league can cover it. And I'm talking about, yes, the Gilmores, the Ramseys, the Tre'Davious Whites. None of them can cover it. All right. But yeah, we also got Malcolm Jenkins back after like a 6-year break. Finally got the boy back. I'm pretty happy about that.
He's more of a locker room guy now, isn't he?
Yeah, and he'll start, kinda, because then...
Oh, okay, you're just trying to say upper echelon in the league and you're starting Malcolm Jenkins?
No, because he's starting a weird way. Okay, so here. He's starting, so you know like we have a nickel back, right?
Yeah.
He only comes in on nickel packages. Malcolm Jenkins will be that. He won't play the slot role. So we have a strong safety. We have CD. I think he legally changed his name to CD Deuce. He used to be Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. We're number 22.
Okay. Long name guy,
Yeah, the rookie safety. He bought out pretty well. He covered Kittle for most of the game until Kittle blew up and fucking got that crazy thing. So he was doing a really good job on Kittle until that very moment. So I have a lot of respect for the guy. He will be our starting safety in like 2 high packages. But when we go into the nickel, he'll drop down and beat the box. So in that way, Michael Jenkins is like the starting safety. Where if we go into nickel, like he's not really the starting safety, but he's been playing deep a lot. And Malcolm Jenkins is pretty good. Don't forget, he was a Pro Bowl like just like 2 years ago.
Okay, along with those additions to free agency, you guys drafted Cesar Ruiz, who you weren't sold on, And I thought Zach Bond was the best pick from you guys. I really liked him. I like this tape coming in.
If you want to see my initial reaction on Cesar Ruiz, man, check out our fucking draft podcast, bro. Our live draft recaps. So me and Nate both react to both the Saints and the Jets picks live on YouTube, so you can see our actual raw reactions. I'm telling you, bro. I'm kind of making that my thing right now on this channel.
What did you say? Are you joking me? Is that what you said, right?
I think so. Oh, when I got picked?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying, are you fucking kidding me? And is this a fucking joke? And they kind of went, are you joking me? So it's actually a pretty funny reaction, I think, in my opinion. But it makes sense now, obviously, because we cut Warford for cap space.
Yeah, it didn't make sense at the time, but now it's making sense.
It would have really made sense if we got Clowney in the fucking race for Clowney. If we won that race,
okay,
really made sense.
My question to you is, the fact that you guys are going after Clowney, does that mean that you're not sold on the roster right now?
No, I think that we know that this is our last year. Or I think it's pretty much confirmed. Brees has told the front office, everyone just knows it. This is our last run with Brees as our quarterback. It'll probably be our best shot in a while. So I think as the manager, you just gotta think like, how many good players can I add? And obviously, having the chance to add someone of Clowney's caliber,
you gotta go.
You gotta at least try, right?
Oh, you mentioned it. So is this the last dance?
For this iteration of the Saints, yes. Like with the Brees era, the Brees Payne era, like this iteration of the Saints, yeah. Do I think we can't recover? Like we're gonna be like go from worst to last type of thing? No. I feel like if we do slide into like let's say Jameis or we slide into Hill, we might not be a lock. Like we're not upper echelon, but we are like a wild card. Like I feel like we can play for one of the 3 wild card spots.
So there's this championship window, right? So how close to being shot is that window? Is it like right here, or do you think next year?
It's like here. I mean,
is it right here?
Okay, it depends how you count window, right? So you count as an upper echelon team, as an elite team, right? It's probably like here. Like it's pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
it's here. I think it's there.
But if you're talking about or just to make, because you can say every team in the playoffs has a legitimate chance to make the Super Bowl, right? Obviously, because in the playoffs, I would say that window is larger because our talent roster, like top to bottom, with the best in the league. That's why we're the league talent,
and
right?
Everyone signed
the
contracts too.
The thing is, we're just gonna lose the leadership that Brees brings, the stability, the culture. We're kind of losing that with Brees, so that's a lot. But like, if we have a quarterback, I mean, we're still gonna be in contention for a wild card. We still have the best receiver in the league. If he's healthy, a top tier running back. We have one of the best pass rushers in the league. We have Lattimore, all these guys. The only question I have is heading to the offseason, who we're gonna sign. But I think that's a question for another day.
I think this is it for you. This is the season.
I think
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen this season.
This is the best shot we have of winning a Super Bowl until we get another quarterback that's like anywhere near as good as Brees is. So
that could be a long time.
That's what I'm saying. So
okay, on top of Brees, he's 41 this year. How do you think he looks?
How I think he looks.
What is he
better than Brady?
Oh, okay.
But he's gonna look better than Brady. I'm gonna tell you that much. I'm gonna tell you that much for sure. He's gonna look better than Brady. But how I think he ranks in the top tier quarterback, I think on his good days he'll look like Brees, right? On there's gonna be a couple games this season, like 3 or 4 games where we're like, that's Drew Brees, that is vintage Brees. He's gonna go off for like 410 yards, 380 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, and there are gonna be games where we're gonna have to rely on Kamara, we're gonna have to rely on Latavius Murray, have to have Michael Thomas like fucking eat up on these short yard things. Brees gonna have a game where he's gonna have like 256 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, like some games where the defense really got to pick up the slack. But that's why I think if Brees is playing like a top 10 quarterback, top 12 quarterback, which I think he'll end up in the range of like 8 to 12 if we had to like rank the quarterbacks at the end of the year. The defense is good enough now to carry it or to pull its slack, and then the talent offense is good enough to where that's more than enough for us.
I think what he obviously lost is his arm strength, right? But then he's never been known to have like Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen type arm, right?
And low-key, the accuracy is still there.
Yeah. So I think he'll be fine. Is it enough?
Yeah.
You think a 41-year-old Brees wins the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Has capabilities to win the Super Bowl. Okay.
Okay, you know what? Like, okay, think about it. Manning won a Super Bowl. He had all-time defense behind him. But I think this iteration of Brees is like significantly better than that iteration of Manning. And then
the weapons too.
I think our offensive weapons, looking at it a bit now retrospectively, is better than what they had back then. Because what they're relying on, like fucking No Sean Moreno, fucking
Demaryius Thomas,
Emmanuel Sanders, Julius Thomas. I think Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Jared Cook, our offensive line is just as good, if not better than they were.
Okay, you're talking. Okay, you like your roster, right? But like we've seen, and your roster hasn't really changed, right? So like, how is this team any different, or how's this team gonna get over the hump from years past?
Okay, that's a good question. It's a legitimate question, but I think there's a simple answer to this. I think we don't have to really get over the hump. For us has been ourselves, right? It's been our own mistakes. It's not like a situation where it was like
you've been dominated, like
yeah, or like I'm trying to think like the Jazz, for example, right? Their hump was Michael Jordan, and their hump was the fact that they're just not as good as Michael Jordan was, right? It's not like we're not facing the hump. We're as good as we could have won any of the years that we were in the playoffs. It's just we made Marcus Williams tackled his own guy. What's it called? The ref screwed us that Rams year, and then
what was their excuse last year?
we got kind of. I want to say that's really screwed. I mean, the Saints fans are gonna say
you got beat by the Vikings.
But the Rudolph just fucking mossed us. That was it. And then if the coin flipped the other way and we got the ball first, that could have been us winning that game. So I think in that sense, we could have made a run any of those years. It's just we literally just beat ourselves and we got unlucky in certain situations. So it's like,
is that problem fixed?
Yeah, I mean the playoffs are every year, right? Can you really bank on just not doing it? You just gotta hope like for a team to make the Super Bowl, the stars gotta align. The stars haven't aligned for us, and hopefully they do this year. So we'll see.
Okay. Well, we can't talk about an NFC South team without talking about the new guy in town, Tom Brady.
Yeah, you're right.
So, are you threatened?
I think I mentioned it earlier. I think Drew Brees is better than Tom Brady.
No, but you're not playing Tom Brady. You're playing Bucks.
Yeah, I'm playing the Bucks, and then okay, everyone wants to look at the Bucks, and then I know this comparison has been made a lot, but come on, the Browns of last year, like you got a lot of shiny toys, but did you fix your actual problems? Right? You got a lot of fucking new shiny toys. You got Gronkowski, you got Leonard Fournette, you got Tom Brady, but like, how's your offensive line looking? How's your cornerbacks looking? Where's the pass rush coming from?
Devin White?
Nah, I wouldn't say no.
Levante David
has never been a pass rusher. And he's always been on the team. And that defense has always been shitty. So, the cornerback's not really good. But you still go rely on like Bernard Hargreaves the third. Like, I don't think so. Your safeties aren't great.
Okay.
The pass rush, you still like relying on Jason Pierre-Paul in his one hand.
It's whether or not their rookie tackle pans out or not. Really.
Yeah, and I mean if you're looking at if you really rely on like rookie players to play huge roles for you to make a run, then it's worrisome.
Okay, so how confident are you that you guys are gonna win the division?
I would say about 75%. I mean Brady's still hoping we don't get some kind of angry Brady that just fucking tries to take the league by storm.
I have a feeling week one is gonna be more important than just one game.
You think it's gonna have playoff implications seeding wise down the line?
Just if you guys lose week one, that's in your mind the rest of the year.
Maybe. The thing is, this is the thing.
You don't want to start off 0-1 losing to Brady and and then the narrative switches, right? And then everyone's doubting you now.
Yeah, and then but that's kind of what I want to mention. When you mentioned about the continuity, how we're basically the same team as last year. I think that's a strength heading into a fucking COVID year. No one really had preseason. Training camp was a little shorter than it was before. The fact that Brees and Thomas don't have to practice a million reps to get that fucking chemistry down.
Yeah.
They could throw a back shoulder tomorrow and it'd probably be a completion against any cornerback in the NFL.
The game yesterday looked really sloppy. So.
But guess what? The team that had better chemistry between the receivers and quarterback basically knocked out the rust faster, right? Mahomes by the second half was pretty good.
But you think the Bucs don't have continuity?
No. How could you when you have a completely new quarterback, a completely new running back, a new tackle, a new subset of fucking
the rumors?
A new tight end.
Brady been
grinding?
No, Brady been breaking quarantine and everything to get these guys time, field time.
Okay, but is he able to fit 4 years of fucking field time into that window?
It's Brady. He doesn't need.
Brees works too. Michael Thomas is one of the hardest workers in the NFL, and they definitely put in their share of work over the 4 years. I don't know. I feel could we see them be great? Yeah, of course. I mean, it's Brady. Brady is great.
So you sound confident.
So I don't think it's a for sure lock. I would bet against it.
What would constitute a good season for the Saints?
It's got to be Super Bowl bust. It's got to be Super Bowl bust. Super Bowl or bust. If you do anything but win the Super Bowl, it's a bad season. If you do anything and win the Super Bowl, it's a good season. That's it. That's his bottom line. We're probably the team that's the most clear cut in that sense, because like you look at the Ravens, the Niners, the Chiefs. The Chiefs just won the Super Bowl. They can make the Super Bowl again or go to the conference finals and still be like, oh, that wasn't what we wanted, but we can still hang our hats on it. We have Mahomes for the next like 7 years or whatever they signed him to. Was it 10 years?
10 years. At 10 years.
Yeah. Same thing with like the Niners. They're like, okay, we still have a young core. We still have a lot of prospects for the future. Our receivers are young. Garoppolo's not going anywhere, so it's like they're optimistic about the future. They can be happy. Same thing with the Ravens. They have Lamar. Lamar's only going to his 3rd season. They could lose the Super Bowl or lose the conference finals or even bounce in the division or wild card and still be like, you know what? We're still young. We're still developing. We're gonna get there soon enough. Okay. For the Saints, Super Bowl or bust, man. Super Bowl or bust.
I'd be nervous. Are you?
The only other team that's kind of close, it reminds me a lot of the Rams. The Rams.
They're not Super Bowl bust.
No, not this year.
Oh.
Like the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It's for them. It was Super Bowl bust, and obviously they busted all over the place. And yeah, no homo.
Hey, they beat you. They got closer than you guys did.
Yeah, they did. They did after some bullshit, you know.
What's the worst case scenario this season? What's the absolute worst way this season could pan out?
Okay, absolutely the worst way this season pans out. Kamara, his season wasn't a fluke last year. It wasn't because of injury. It's just the way he is. The guest literally cracked the code. That's Brees looks 41. Can't make the throws. Looks like Manning did back in 2015 season. Janoris Jenkins, his late season what's it called, revival in the playoffs, doesn't come back for this season. He looks like New York Giants Janoris Jenkins. He busts out. Our secondary spot is weak. Malcolm Jenkins doesn't develop as a corner. Marcus Davenport stays injured all season, and then we basically get ran through, and we end up like 8-8. Or no, it's 8-9 because it's a 17-game season now. That's the worst case scenario, I feel like.
Okay, my personal worst case scenario is if another controversial call happens and they like rob you. Because you know what? I'm not gonna hear the end of it.
That's
right?
true.
Knowing Saints fans and how they dealt with it the first half, I'm not gonna hear the end of it.
Okay, at some point, if you
guys get robbed
3 years in a row, there's gotta be something's gotta be wrong. Like something's gotta be wrong.
I wouldn't hear the end of it from it. Oh, what if? It was the what if.
The greatest what if in the NFL history. Except for the probably the Bills. But like besides that, it's probably gonna be.
You're gonna take that shit to your grave. If something happens, something fishy happens, you're gonna take that shit to your grave.
Yeah. So let's say we get another almost pass interference. Let's say we get like I don't know, like this like a tuck rule, right? So we get our version of the tuck rule, where it's like a new rule, where it's like a fumble happens and we lose it or something. Or can I remember like almost like you remember the Cameron Jordan sack fumble strip? That was a whole new rule. It was like he stripped it, he grabbed it, and they called it dead for some reason. And Cameron Jordan couldn't run it for a touchdown, even though he had like millions of yards of space, was not down at all. And they called it dead. So let's say we get that, right? Something like it's new, we get screwed in a whole new way. We're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that's gonna be the biggest one in NFL history. Because if those 3 plays go a different way, Drew Brees potentially has 3 Super Bowl appearances, could win how many rings, then he is arguably the greatest quarterback of all time.
But I think the actual worst case scenario is if Brees just falls off. Because that even as a Jets fan, that'd be kind of sad, right? Like that's your last memory of him being like, dude, washed.
I wish he had a preseason. Like, I didn't see something, but you know.
Okay, so predictions, record.
Let's go by prediction. I predict this is a 17-game season, so I'd have to predict at least. This is weird for me because I never predicted a season. I would typically go 13-3 here, so because of that, I like to err on the safer side. Probably go 13-4 as the prediction. Maybe
12. I'd get to win 12. 12 games.
12-5.
12-5. That wins. I don't know if it wins first.
Definitely not first. Not with the tier of talent in the NFC. No, definitely not first. Anyways, wrap it up here. We actually went a lot longer than I thought. We were almost at 20 minutes.
Jesus.
Yeah, we went way longer than I thought it was. So sorry about that, guys. If you guys enjoyed, please check out the channel for more sports content. We have NBA content, MLB content. We try to have UFC content. That shit got fucking banned. So we'll come back with you with better UFC content that will not get copyright striked. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that video a lot. Let us know down in the comments what you think the Saints season, or how you think the Saints season will go. How you think your favorite team will we're gonna have more NFL content coming up very soon. We're gonna have a Jets preview season either coming right before or right after this video. I'm not sure how the schedule is gonna work yet. We're gonna have the NFL preview show that's coming tomorrow on the Sunday of the kickoff. So if you guys want to check that out and see how we think your team's gonna do, how we think the whole entire NFL is gonna do, please check that out. If you don't want sports content for whatever reason, we have anime content,
If you're
movie
into that
content.
shit, if you're into that weeb shit.
Bro, the weeb shit is cool. Anyways, we have like live content. They have like UCLA podcast up. Like we got hella shit on the channel for everyone. So please like, comment, subscribe, check everything out. Hit the notification bell. Thank you guys. Retros Network out, baby. Peace.
I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. Back when they thought pink polos would hurt the rock. Before Cam got the shit to pop, the doors closed.